Welcome back to the Africa Development Hub, where we explore bold ideas, real solutions, and the future of a rising continent. Africa's workforce and education systems are at a turning point. With over 60% of the population under the age of 25, Africa is on track to have the world's largest labor force by the year 2050. This is a historic moment, a chance to reshape the continent's future, drive innovation, and become a global engine for growth. But this opportunity can only become real economic power if economic growth can keep pace with the rising number of educated, working-age people. Without enough jobs and industries, education alone won't be enough to unlock Africa's future. A large youth population without opportunity becomes a crisis, not a dividend. Right now, many young Africans are completing school, but not finding work. Graduates are entering a job market that doesn't have space for them, not because they aren't capable, but because the economies they live in aren't growing fast enough. Outdated curricula, underfunded schools, and limited access to modern tools hold back millions of students from gaining real-world, employable skills. To prepare for the future of work, education must evolve. We need to focus on practical learning, digital literacy, critical thinking, problem-solving, and entrepreneurship. Africa's youth need more than textbooks. They need tools. Today's economy is digital. It's mobile. It's global. That means schools must teach coding, financial literacy, communication skills, and adaptability, skills that match real-world demand. Africa's skills gap is a growing concern. Employers in fast-moving sectors like fintech, agriculture, renewable energy, and logistics are looking for qualified workers. But many graduates don't meet the needs of the job. Too often, education focuses on memorization instead of application. What's needed is a shift toward digital literacy in every classroom, vocational training that prepares people for the jobs available, and STEM education that builds a tech-ready workforce. Technical and vocational education and training, also known as TVET, can play a powerful role here. These programs equip students with hands-on skills that lead directly to employment. From solar installation to medical technology, from software development to agribusiness, these are the kinds of careers that can absorb millions of young workers if education aligns with opportunity. We also need stronger connections between education and the private sector. Apprenticeships, internships, mentorships, and support for young entrepreneurs. Schools and businesses must work together so students graduate with experience, not just diplomas. In places like Rwanda, Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria, we're seeing the early stages of this shift: coding boot camps, mobile learning apps, digital skills labs, and startup hubs. These are encouraging signs. But the scale is still too small. Most young Africans still face major barriers to opportunity. Let's talk about access. In many rural and underserved areas, students lack reliable electricity, internet, and transportation. No power means no online learning. No road means no school. In some places, students walk for hours to reach the nearest classroom, if one even exists. That's why education cannot be treated as an isolated issue. Infrastructure must grow alongside it. Governments and partners must invest in solar-powered schools, internet connectivity, public transport, and mobile training centers to ensure no community is left behind. And we cannot forget about girls and young women. Across the continent, too many still face early marriage, family responsibilities, gender-based violence, or social pressure that forces them to drop out of school. Yet we know that educating girls is one of the most powerful ways to fight poverty, boost economies, and strengthen entire societies. Every year, a girl stays in school, raises her lifetime income, improves her family's health, and increases the chance her children will go to school too. Investing in girls' education isn't charity, it's strategy. Now, here's the bigger picture. Even with the best schools, modern curricula, and skilled graduates, none of it will matter if there are no jobs waiting. Africa must grow its industries, from agriculture and energy to manufacturing, digital finance, and green technology. Economic transformation is not optional. It is urgent. The public and private sectors must work together to create environments where businesses thrive, industries expand, and innovation flourishes. We need policies that support startups, attract investment, and build Africa's capacity to produce, not just consume. Because education without opportunity leads to frustration. But education paired with growth creates prosperity. Africa's workforce will double by 2050. That's not a burden, that's a gift. It's a generation ready to build, create, and lead. If we prepare the way, we must educate our youth. We must modernize infrastructure, and we must expand industries that generate real jobs. The future isn't just about how many people Africa will have. It's about how prepared they'll be and how ready the economy is to receive them. Africa's future will be decided by how well its workforce and education systems grow. Together. Not in isolation, not in theory, but through real action, real investment, and real coordination. This is the moment. Africa's youth are ready. Now we must be.